MP, how you feeling?
Look out there, MP.
Showtime, MP. True ballers only.
There you go. Doing something good tonight.
Game time, bring the pain time.
My kids.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served.
Welcome everyone to the final matchup before the night. And this contest, the fourth one during the group stage of the NBA Cup. Grant, these teams have had vastly different fortunes so far in the tournament.
Well, one team is undefeated and the other is mostly out of it, BA. About as different as you can possibly get. And that's just how it can be during these group stages. There is just little room for forgiveness.
It seems we always keep circling back around to the topic of MP, and tonight is no different with the last game for him in the group stage of the NBA Cup. Of course, he's professed that he's taking his team all the way to win the Cup this season.
Hey, more power to him. I mean, he's got the swagger to make those statements, and I'd say he's delivering so far. You know, the most inspiring thing about MP's leadership is how it rubs off on the team. The whole organization is rooting for his growth as a leader and the sort of impact that can have on elevating his teammates as well. I think we're going to be in for a good one tonight.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. Martin slides in at the 4 with Embiid in the pivot. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. Count that bucket.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average. Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now here's Hero. What a tremendous game he played against Denver.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Down low, pass to Embiid. Maxey with it. Here's the captain. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. And stolen by Adebayo. It's stolen by Maxey. On the take. And he goes in for the dunk.
You know, you have to love how strong Maxey takes it inside. Feels like he can beat everyone to the cup.
The Heat have gone 1 for 3 so far. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Eric Spoelstra had a few moments to share with me. The biggest focus on the defensive end, the big man, Joel Embiid. Coach telling me that they've talked a lot about how to defend Embiid. They have a great film session on it, but at the end of the day, he said Joel is a monster down low, so there's only so much you can do. It'll be fun watching the process do his thing tonight, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Outside Jaquez. It's Bridges on the wing. The 3, Collier. And again, no good by Miami. And Maxey's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. And this team is in a fantastic rhythm right now. They've won 17 straight games.
Well, just to be able to be on the call and see these guys in person is a real treat. They've been the talk of the NBA during this streak. The question now becomes, can they sustain the focus and level of intensity? They are looking quite comfortably in control, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Watson, he's checked in for Miami. Paul George, he's checked in for the Sixers. Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of center, yet he is elite defensively.
Substitution on the court.
Come on, MP.
50 seconds left now in the first quarter. The captain, pass to George. Watson with the rebound. 2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Now, man, looking at his production, close to 12 points a game.
All talent there from Bridges.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Maxey passes to the captain. Takes the 3. Rebound Miami. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
They won the season series last year, and on paper, it looks like they should do it again.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
From the arc. Connects from downtown. The captain's got 11.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Philadelphia on top, up by 5. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter, we've got Markelle Fultz. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Paul George, and it's Newman in a 2-guard. Here's the captain, and he gets it to go.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the captain in their last game against the Hornets just played phenomenal. He had 63 points, and a total like that was good enough to mark his high for the season. And he had a memorable game. These coaches and fans are still buzzing about it. Just incredible. What's he got for an encore? BA?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Here's man to end the run. Oh, Robinson with a block. And they're on the break. The captain, pass to George. No good with the triple. Heat trail by 12. Now here's man. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
They're shooting the three extremely well this quarter. It'll be fun to see if they can keep it up.
Serving up some holiday basketball for you fans out there. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well, my partner. I mean, there's just something special about watching basketball during the holiday season. Hey, and we're in for a treat.
Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Jaquez. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at Cleveland. They've come down in the rankings a little, landing in the 5th spot for now.
You know, for Philadelphia, they've definitely made a statement here in the early going, outpacing some teams that were projected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with honor.
Outside man. It's stolen by Maxey. And he's going for the oop here. And the jam by George.
And look at George going off on the defense, putting them to shame with the alley-oop jam.
Heat trail by 14. Outside man. Pass to Hero. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Stolen by Hero. Inside. And here's man. Outside Watson. 6 to shoot. Now here's man. Tight defense on him. And the shot goes in. Man's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
George, a screen on Wiggins. The captain, that's good. The captain's got 24 points.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Hero, the pass to man. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 13 points in the game.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter, 3rd of the game so far.
50 seconds left in the first half. The captain, soft touch off the glass. 26 points for him.
He's going off this quarter, a huge reason why this team is on top.
Steps back. Here's Hero. The captain with a rebound.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's Hero. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Screen by Watson. Pass to Wiggins. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
The Sixers lead by 16. Here's the captain. Now Embiid. Oh, they pick off the pass. Here's Collier. Basket counts. So we wrap up the first half. The Sixers on top, leading by 14. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please represent the center court and get ready for the fans half-court shot draw. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for our contestant.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Philadelphia 76ers.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
It's so cool in here.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
We've talked about in the past, going on the road removes the distractions of home. And it can bring you guys closer together if it's the right group.
Yeah, but you still have people you barely know asking you to comp tickets. I hate the road.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Tyler Hero is out there with Collier. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half.
Well, Jaquez doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he can hit those when he's feeling it.
Embiid a screen on Bridges. The captain, that's good. The captain's got 31.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Hero finds Jaquez. Back to Hero. Fires the three. Philadelphia grabs the miss. The captain's got 4 rebounds now. Martin with a screen on Bridges. Here's the three. Jaquez grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Collier. Let's go with a three. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's the captain. Screen by Embiid. And there's the lob. Adebayo with a steal. Fast break Miami. Three-pointer, Bridges. Hits a three-pointer. Bridges has got 7 points in the game.
Oh, productive from back there. Bridges showing the range.
And you think about what Jaquez has done early in his career. It's pretty impressive, Stan.
Well, Brian, people tend to underrate college players who play multiple years. He was basically a finished product before he reached the NBA.
Hero outside. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Jaquez. And it's all from three-point range. Philadelphia leading by 13. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Here's the captain. 33 points for him. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Nails it from beyond the arc. The captain's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Here's Adebayo. And again, no good by Miami.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. They always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
Adebayo, a screen on George to halt the run. It's hauled in by Robinson.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's the captain. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Lets it go. And again, no good by Miami.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Martin outside. Pass to the captain. Martin a screen. Shot clock at 5. The captain uses the glass to finish the layup. The captain's got 44.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. The 2K leaderboard shining a light on the league's best three-point shooting teams of late. The 76ers, number 1.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing, moving the ball to get quality looks.
Pass to man. Outside Watson. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Oh, an athletic jam by Bridges, going up high.
Here's the captain, pounded by Wiggins. 4-3. Buries it from 3. The captain's got 47 points.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
Outside man. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Man's got 16 points now.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's the captain. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And so it's Philadelphia up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying the troops.
Let's get this next bucket, and we got to put together a string right now. It's all right here in the head. It's right here in the head. Stay connected.
Urging his team to go on a run here. Coach Spoelstra. Awards, it seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
All right, let's get an update on Joel Embiid. What's the status, Allie?
I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Philadelphia. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. Adversity hitting this team early, but that will create opportunities for others to step into new roles. It'll be interesting to see how these changes come together, Brian.
All right, Allie, thank you. Sadly, that's not the news fans were hoping for, guys.
Definitely not. Seems like he's got a long, tough road ahead of him.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia, Mitchell Robinson is out there with Paul George. And then it's Karis LeVert, and it's the captain in at the small forward position. The captain misses. The Heat have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Here's Hero. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. The captain, the pass to Newman. Here's the captain. Screen by Robinson. Pass to Newman. Here's the captain. To the inside. LeVert up top. George outside. For 3. Rebound Miami. 1:44 left to play in the fourth. And he makes it.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Here's the captain. George, a screen on Bridges. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. That's good from Jaquez on the assist from Bridges.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the 76ers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And a good performance to bring them their 18th win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for the captain.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
To the paint. Pass to Collier. Fires the 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. 23 seconds left in the game. Launches it. Good! Another from 3.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in. Here's the captain. Oh, connects again.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And how about that performance in the NBA Cup? 4-0 in the group phase. They advance to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, while they've been dominant so far, it's single elimination going forward. A whole new game. But I do like their chances.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. NYC, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to Spike already for. Worried about stopping you, MP.
Don't miss any upcoming Knicks home games. Single and package games are available. Go to the nearest ticket booth or visit the team's website to secure your tickets.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition. How many games do you need to play, Greg, before you know who you are as a team?
I think you basically know already your identity, the pace you want to play at, obviously the development of the younger guys, and your chemistry is always ongoing.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. George is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's the captain, and it's Fultz in at the guard position.
And Brunson, a very physical player, someone that understands how to bait defenders into fouling.
And both free throws good for Brunson.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Pass to Robinson. In the corner, George with it. Here's the captain. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Good on the three-point shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now Brunson. DiVincenzo with it. The shot's good from Brunson.
Playing bigger than he looks. Brunson has a lot of heart.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Pass to the captain. There's the three. Rebounded by Capella. So for New York, their last game, a win against the Nuggets in Ball Arena. Here's DiVincenzo. Capella kicks to Randall. Launches it. That shot, no good. 76ers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Boy, moving the ball with purpose there. Fultz has tremendous offensive potential, and we're seeing him put it all together now.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Coach said he knows the obstacles of playing against Paul George. He told me, you know he's going to have his fingerprints all over this game on offense and defense. Our goal will be to minimize how often we let him disrupt our game plan. We'll see how long they can keep George out of the picture. Kevin?
Thank you, David. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. A moment now to check out some numbers for Jalen Brunson.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for New York. Now here's DiVincenzo. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's DiVincenzo. Back to Brunson. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Hart, no good.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Pass to the captain. George with the screen on Brunson. No coverage that time. The captain's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the 76ers.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
From deep, Brunson. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They're in the midst of an unbelievable streak right now. 18 straight wins. Just remarkable.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just impressed and a little scratching your head because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not gone away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
So it's Philadelphia now, following Julius Randle's three. 1:12 left to play here in the first. They get it back outside for George. Here's the captain. 10 points for him. Fires the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Now, here's Capella. Hasn't made one yet. Brunson adds a two-pointer. Robinson pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
There's a screen by Robinson. He takes it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
He gets that one. Brunson's got 9 points.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
George passes to the captain. A three ball. Another three for Philadelphia.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. He's checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Alexander Walker. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia. The captain comes in for Karis LeVert. Here's the captain. No good on the quick three. New York leading by 4. George is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, the captain in the last game against Miami got the job done. He contributed 61 points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. Those were video game numbers he put up in that last game. Boy, it had the league abuzz. We'll see what he's got in store tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Brunson kicks to George. Martin against Hart. 5 to shoot. Back to George. Lets it go. And the Knicks miss again. The 76ers trail. The captain with the bucket. The captain's got 20.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Heat in Miami. The captain with the bucket. And now it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And George kicks to Hart. Brunson outside. Brunson stays agile and finds his opening inside.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
Here's the captain. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Good.
And that trip played out perfectly for them.
Knicks have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. And here's Brunson. Last game he had 34 points. The shot. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76ers ahead, up 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
We'll get to the first. And talking about power, Dr. O'Neill, exactly how many units of power do those top teams have?
Let me do some quick math. At least 3.7 gigashack, Ernie.
And a look back now at the first half as the Sixers have a tight game on their hands.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. We've got George. Fultz is out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's the captain in at the 3. Fultz the pass to the captain. Count it, and the foul. That one goes on Anunoby.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Philadelphia shooting their first foul shot of the night. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Excellent D there from George. The 76ers leading by 3. Fultz, no good. DiVincenzo with it. Scoreless thus far. Here's Brunson. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's LeVert on the wing. The captain passes to Fultz. Here's the captain. 27 points for him. The 76ers again can't hit it. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Robinson a screen on Anunoby. They get it back. Pass to the captain. Robinson a screen on Anunoby. Drills it from outside. And that's now 30 points for the captain.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Takes it off the glass. George has got the lead up to 5 now for Philadelphia.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
The captain passes to Fultz, and he banks in the layup. Fultz has got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall from outside buries the long-range jumper. Randall's got 11 points.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
The shot by George, wide open. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his third assist on the night. Knicks trail by 7. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And a new group in for the Knicks. Hart, he's checked in for Capella. George comes in for OG Anunoby. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Randall outside. George sets a screen for Randall. Shoots from the line. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
You know, Randall has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
Takes it inside, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
New York's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Alexander Walker up top, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. George finds Randall. No good on that one. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. They set the pick. The captain gets it to go from beyond the arc. The captain's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the 76ers. Now Randall, 13 points in the game. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Philadelphia in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship?
Ends up going with the new group. And the 76ers with some changes. Here's the captain. Knocks down the 3-ball. The captain's got 39.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
The backcourt pair will be Brunson and DiVincenzo. Julius Randle is out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's the captain. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. No good on the triple. Knicks trail by 5. Brunson outside. LeVert grabs the miss. The 76ers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's the captain. Back to Fultz. Pass to the captain. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's the captain, and Capella sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Capella on display there. When his energy matches his wingspan, he causes a lot of problems on defense.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And here's Brunson outside. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got his 5th rebound in this one. Into the lane, and that one is stuffed right through.
Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
Brunson against Fultz. Brunson with another miss. The 76ers leading by 7. Here's the captain. Rips it home after the terrific move.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Brunson scanning the floor. Over Fultz. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And he has become deadly from that in-between area. Brunson as efficient on the midi as anybody.
The captain passes to LeVert. Here's the captain. He's guarded by Anunoby. And George kicks to LeVert. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. The captain with the bucket.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the 76ers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the captain.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
New York calls timeout. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Brunson. That's tipped.
And love how high Fultz gets on these rejections, utilizing his terrific length to spike shots back.
George passes to the captain. George with the screen on Brunson. Here's the captain. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
Both free throws good from the captain.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save him tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. Pass to Fultz. Here's the captain from outside the arc. And that's collected by Brunson. So the 76ers win it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's...
Hey, need some help?
B.
Hottest team in the land coming through.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, BA, proper rest and stretching can help a lot. But you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
And the starting lineup for Miami. We've got Mikal Bridges. Tyler Hero is out there with Collier. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Watson in at the power forward position. And the basket by Bridges.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, he can add it to the list.
George passes to the captain. George, a screen on Bridges. Here's the captain. And he banks in the layup.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Hero. He's been contributing over 15 a game.
Hero right now working himself into a lather, staying aggressive, drawing the defense's attention.
All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, but those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Now here's Bridges. In his last outing, he had 11 points.
Yeah, nimble play by Bridges inside, navigating the contact and getting to his finish.
Fultz passes to the captain. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. The 3 is up. Knocks down the long J. The captain's got 7.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Bridges outside. Pass to Watson. Here's Collier. Back to Watson. Here's Collier. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. They get the rebound. Hero for 3. Doesn't go for him. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. George, a screen on Bridges. He takes it in. The captain misses.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
And here we go, the Heat fast break. Up the floor. And Adebayo slams it in.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, the captain in their last game against the Knicks played some superb basketball. He dropped 50 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And he had a monster game that last time out. He'll try to match or even exceed those numbers tonight. That's got to be scary to face, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Here's the captain. In the game against New York, very impressive.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Bridges. Offensive board. Oh, Robinson with a block. And he's able to get it back. Adebayo, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat, their last encounter in Miami.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
Here's the captain. He's got 10. George outside. Pass to the captain. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Pure from three-point range. The captain's got 13.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Hero outside. Again, the Heat misses. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. And if you're just joining it, Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And now that we have a minute, let's take a look at the best shooting teams in the association. Philadelphia, number 1.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
They've got Karis LeVert. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Caleb Martin. And it's Newman in at shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's the captain. Jaquez covers. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge, and I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. It's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
Now here's Hero. Back to man. Outside Jaquez. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
Now, Jaquez has a little bit of size. He's able to attack while being fouled.
And Jaquez drops them both. Brent, it didn't take long for Jaquez Jr. to establish himself as one of the steals of his draft class.
Yeah, the interesting thing with where he played was how he gained the confidence of the teammates around him. A lot of expectations about playing winning basketball. Well, Jaquez did a lot of that in college. He's got great feel, great size, and seems to be in the right spot most of the time.
And again, no good by Miami.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long. Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here's Adebayo. He just could not put it together in that loss to Philadelphia. Here's the captain. And he lobs it up top. Wiggins with a steal. Fast break Miami. Here's Jaquez. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Jaquez has got 13 points now in the quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Here's Hero following the score by Philadelphia. And there's another one for the Heat.
Hero can beat his opponents from all over the floor. He can get that shot off so quick.
The captain, pass to Newman. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Heat leading by 12. Pass to Adebayo. Just 5 on the clock. Laverde with a rebound.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Here's the captain. This one for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. The captain's got 24. And so it's the Miami Heat. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
They have been so careful with the rock. Smart passes, tight handle on the ball. Really speaks to the focus and discipline.
And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the upcoming schedule. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. The Heat with the lead. Setting the floor for the Heat. Bam Adebayo is out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Collier in at the 1 spot. Bridges misses.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
It's picked off. Oh, it's stolen. Pass to Collier. Back to Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here's the captain. He's got 24. Fultz passes to the captain. And there's a pick. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Collier.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Adebayo. Fires from deep. That's good from Collier on the assist by Adebayo. Collier's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Here's the captain. The 3. And Hero grabs the board. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. Inside, Collier. Kicks it to Hero. Fires for 3. And no good.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
Yep, that one's good. George has got his second basket.
You got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handles.
Robinson against Adebayo. Over Robinson. Adebayo, no good. 76ers trail by 10. Pass to the captain. To the inside. Robinson passes to George. George, a screen on Bridges. Takes it inside. Outside for Fultz. 4 on the clock. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Fultz has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Well, when you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated, but this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And let's have a look at the leaderboard to see which point guards have been outperforming their peers in the steals category the last 10 games. In the third spot, Isaiah Collier.
Swiping the ball involves so much. It's reading passing lanes, understanding the offense in general, and taking high percentage risk. They do all of that.
Well, proactive style of defense is one thing, but using your smarts is another. They've got great anticipation of where that ball is going on any given play. They've read the scouting report.
Heat leading by 7. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Hero for 3. And Adebayo slams it in.
Just doesn't feel like Bam Adebayo is 6'9". He covers so much ground.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. So both teams...
All right, get back in there.
The Heat have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. We've got Caleb Martin, and it's Newman in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Outside Jaquez. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And another difference maker that we could point to tonight has been second chance points. They've been in there, they've had active hands, they've been in great position, and they've been smart attacking the offensive glass.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's the captain. And he stays with it. Pass to Newman. Here's the captain. He drops it from range. The captain's got 29.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
Outside man. Outside, Williams. From outside the arc. Sinks the tray. And the Heat lead by 14.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
3-pointer. The captain misses.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
Pass to Ware. And here is Williams. Here's the pick. Shot clock at 6. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. So Miami ends up going with a new group. 76ers trail by 16. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. George, a screen on Bridges. Philadelphia with another miss.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Robinson. Adebayo, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Here's Collier. That one goes in.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
The captain, that's good.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Outside Watson. Hero on the wing. Bridges outside. Here's Watson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Here's McCain. Robinson, a screen on Bridges. Counted from distance. The captain's got 11 points here in the second half.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Now here's Adebayo. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out. Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Heat.
They had excellent production from the bench.
This team has strong depth, and in this game, it showed.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far.
And that's an important win. You never like to lose 2 in a row to a team, especially if you only see them 3 times.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jaime Jaquez.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Knocks it loose. Here's the captain. He's guarded by Bridges. George outside. Pass to the captain. Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance. The captain's got 38 points.
Nice play, George, creating for others, just manufacturing some points.
So it's the Heat winning this one easily. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed.